towards the middle of your row to permit easier access to seating for the guests that have yet to arrive. We also ask that you please turn off or silence your cell phone. Thank you for your cooperation. As we prepare to begin the ceremony, the academic procession, led by the Grand Marshal and candidates, will make their way into the venue. Now I leave you to enjoy a moment of anticipation as the formal procession is about to begin. first to enter the venue will be the candidates for graduation. They will be led by the Grand Marshal, carrying the University Mace. Next to enter the venue are the faculty representing the School of Engineering and the School of Natural Sciences. The final group to enter the venue is the official party, led by Chancellor Juan Sanchez Munoz.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Betsy Dumont. I'm the Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, and I welcome you all to the University of California, Merced's Fall 2024 School of Engineering and School of Natural Sciences Commencement. Welcome, everybody. It's now my pleasure to introduce your national anthem singer, Yamila Silva Medina from San Jose, California. Yes. Yamila is participating in today's ceremony as she earns her bachelor's degree in human biology. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps if you're able.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave
Thank you, Yamila. At this time, we invite you to please take your seats. And it is now my great pleasure and honor to welcome to the podium the Chancellor of the University of California, Merced, Dr. Juan Sanchez Munoz.
Thank you, Provost Dumont. Thank you very much, and thank you, Yamila, for that amazing, amazing gift of the national anthem. Beautiful. Thank you again, and welcome, graduating students, of course, family and friends, faculty and staff, and university well-wishers down here and up there to their fall 2024 commencement. Les doy la bienvenida a todos a esta celebración. ¿Qué les parece? The assembled leadership of UC Merced is with us this morning, and so I will call leaders that stand and remain standing until I've called all of their names, and may I ask you to hold your applause until all are standing and have been recognized. So beginning, of course, with Dr. Betsy Dumont, our Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. Just a minute. Nick Dugan, we'll save it for the end. Nick Dugan, Vice Chancellor and Chief Information Officer. Brian Obrubra, Interim Vice Chancellor, Student Affairs. Dr. Dan Okoli, Vice Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer. Dr. Kurt Sneer, Vice Chancellor and Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Jillian Wilson, Vice Chancellor for Research, Innovation, and Economic Development. Dean Leo Arriola, Dean of the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and the Arts. Dr. Rakesh Goel, Dean of the School of Engineering. Dr. Michael Finlander, Interim Dean of the School of Natural Sciences. Annette Robert Webb, Dean of Professional and Continuing Education. Dr. Harant Harashian, Vice Provost and Graduate Dean. Dr. Amy Bergstrom, Vice Provost and Dean of Undergraduate Education. Dr. Christina Spitzmuller, Vice Provost for Academic Affairs and Strategy. Sarah Davison Squibb, Associate University Librarian for Research and Engagement. Dr. Zenaida Aguirre Munoz, Professor, First Lady, and First Partner. Dr. Kevin Mitchell, Professor and Academic Senate Chair. Thank you all for joining and being witness to this important moment, UC Merced Fall 2024 Commencement Ceremony. Please join me in thanking the leadership. Thank you. Among the greatest satisfaction we have in the academic profession, those that do this work, is to help guide students as they learn, as they grow, as they mature and graduate and step into their lives beyond UC Merced. So many outstanding faculty members have taught and mentored you up until this very day. And so we'd like appropriately to recognize these brilliant educators and selfless researchers for their commitment to excellence and for imparting their knowledge and love of learning to you, the graduates that we are celebrating this morning. Members of the UC Merced faculty, let us please ask you to stand so that we can appropriately recognize you. Thank you very much. Now, I'd also like to take a moment of privilege to acknowledge the hardworking staff without whom no university can succeed, including, of course, our students. So there are many around the room. Some of them are wearing blue vests. And if you can stand up where you're at or wave your hands, we see them here on the side. Let's thank our magnificent staff. I see Alvin. Alvin has not stood up. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Family and friends of these graduating students, I'd like us to take a moment to recognize you here in the audience, both here and up there, for the role that you've played in making their achievement possible. Your support has been utterly critical, and I encourage our graduates today and throughout your lives to give thanks to all those who have helped you along your journey. So graduates, let me ask you to please stand and turn around and join me in a round of applause for your families and friends and those here this morning. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, again, graduating students, congratulations and welcome to your commencement ceremony. Today, this morning, is a day to focus on your success and your immensely bright futures. Today, you graduate from one of the great campuses in the greatest university, research university system in the world. You've overcome many challenges and obstacles, never more so than during the pandemic. And many have, as we've moved further from that event, have forgotten just how devastating it was. And yet, here you are. Here you are. You leave UC Merced more prepared than ever to succeed in your careers and throughout your lives. It was a very, very difficult time. And you persevered. You persisted. You completed your education. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. So many future generations will not be able to acknowledge and recognize what you were able to do during a time that was utterly unprecedented. Many of you came to UC Merced during that difficult time with doubts and competing priorities and challenges in your life. You had them in your lives. They had them in their lives. We had them in our lives. But I'd like to just take a moment to recognize some of what you had to persevere through during that difficult time and in the course of the completion of your degree at UC Merced. So let me just ask a few questions and then see if you respond. If you had to work to help finance your education as undergraduates, let me just ask you to quickly stand up and stay standing. If you had to work. Okay, there you go. If you had to help your family in one way or another during the course of your baccalaureate degree, you had to step in and assist. Let me ask you to stand up. If you're the first in your family to go to college and to complete a degree, let me ask you to stand up if you're a first gen. If you transferred from a community college to complete your education at this institution, let me ask you to stand up. I see you. Now, if you had to overcome some kind of challenge that wasn't on my list, let me ask you to stand up, which should be all of you. Okay. Faculty, friends, help me to again recognize this extraordinary group of young people. Thank you very much. Please be seated. And the point is, whatever your background and whatever was your challenge, you nurtured and maintained a faith and belief in yourself and your abilities. You did not lose the belief that you had something important to accomplish, and you have this morning. And as importantly, and perhaps more importantly, something to contribute beyond this morning. You've seen your futures opened wide by the attainment of a University of California degree. And I want to make this point with emphasis. This is a very rare achievement, very rare achievement. To be graduating from this particular university in this particular system is extraordinary. Just look at what you've accomplished. You became dynamic scholars determined to shape your educational experience here at UC Merced. And so, whatever is your next step, I hope that you embrace it with the intrepid spirit that has been emblematic at UC Merced from its very beginning, and that you move on to your new lives and careers, always boldly forward. When you look at the history of UC Merced and what people saw in 2002 and 3 and 4 and 5, very little of what you've experienced was there. But they had the strength and force of imagination to see what others did not see. And you are what they saw. You are what they imagined 20 years ago. You are what they hoped for. You're the greatest realization of their greatest ambition. You today, this morning, and your families are here to bear witness. So I will tell you that my role as Chancellor of UC Merced, and indeed my great honor, is to congratulate each and every one of you on behalf of this extraordinary university and this magnificent faculty. And so it is with heartfelt joy for you and your loved ones here today that we share, that I say again to you, congratulations, and go big, go Cats. I didn't add the go big, go Cats earlier this morning. I should have. Go Cats. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Lourdes M. Castro Ramirez. As President and Chief Executive Officer of the Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles, or HACLA, Ms. Castro Ramirez guides the second largest public housing authority in the nation, serving more than 200,000 lives, twice the size of the city of Merced. Ms. Castro assumed the lead role for HACLA this month after serving a year as Chief Housing and Homeless Officer, working with the county, state, federal partners to develop unified solutions to homelessness and increasing affordable housing. At HACLA, Ms. Castro Ramirez is committed to strengthening HACLA's mission to expand affordable housing in a city of nearly 4 million by increasing access to services, investing in people, and building strong communities. She serves as the top advisor on housing to Mayor Karen Bass, and of course many of you know that Los Angeles is the second largest city in the country. Prior to her work for the City of Los Angeles, Ms. Castro Ramirez was Secretary of the California Business, Consumer Services, and Housing Agencies, caring for workers and small businesses and housing advocates across the state. She led dozens of boards and bureaus responsible for improving affordable housing, reducing homelessness, and protecting consumers. Ms. Castro has held any number of prominent positions, and she was appointed by former President Barack Obama to lead the U.S. Department of Housing and Community Development and Urban Development Office of Public and Indian Housing, working to help those in tribal and on-tribal communities find appropriate, dignified housing. She's also been President and CEO of the Housing Authority of San Antonio, President of University Health System Foundation in San Antonio, and a Department Director at HACLA. But Lourdes and I met as students at UCLA, young, just like you, X number of years ago. And we talked about what we would try to do if we were ever in a position to do it. Her life has been an extraordinary example of the power, of the training, of the capability of the University of California, what you will all discover after this morning's ceremony. She earned her academic degrees at UCLA, a bachelor's in political science and Chicano studies, and a master's in urban planning. Please join me in welcoming a respected public servant dedicated to providing hope, solutions, and a voice to people in need. Lourdes M. Castro Ramirez.
Muy buenas tardes. Frankly, yes, as Chancellor Munoz mentioned, many years ago, we met each other as students at UCLA, and I never imagined that I would be here today in front of this wonderful class of 2024, congratulating you, but also having the opportunity to share a little bit about my life and what I've learned in the course of the last few years. I'm honored to be in the San Joaquin Valley in the charming city of Merced, looking at the magnificent class of 2024. Again, I want to thank Chancellor Munoz for the gracious introduction and for the invitation to be here. I also want to recognize the UC Merced faculty and staff, as well as the grandparents, the parents, the siblings, the friends, and above all, the graduates. Go Bobcats! Through the peaks and the valleys, the highs and the lows, you have triumphed despite the formidable challenges faced over the last few years. Preparing for this special day gave me an opportunity, to go way back at what I wish I had known when I was sitting in a cap and gown like you are today. at my own journey as an immigrant Latina from Jalisco, Mexico, who came to this country at the age of 4, not knowing any English, and some would say, without the right to be here. Pero aquí estoy. Y aquí estamos. That same young girl went on to become a leader at the national, state, and local level. As I thought about the most important things that I've learned, 3 lessons stood out as essential. Lesson 1 has 2 parts. Success takes a village, and help has 4 letters, but it's not a bad word. A week before the start of my 10th grade year, my dad took me and my siblings to a neighborhood discount store to buy school supplies. Mi papá followed us around pushing the cart as I checked off the items from the list. One by one, we placed every item in the cart until we got to that dreaded scientific calculator. He said, "No, una calculadora no te voy a comprar, porque necesitas hacer las matemáticas con tu cabeza." Translate that to, "No, I won't buy you a calculator. You have a brain to do math." He couldn't imagine having to rely on one because he only completed schooling up to the 3rd grade in Mexico. I explained that this was no ordinary calculator. It was special, it was scientific, and that I needed it for my pre-calculus class. Once he saw the fancy keys, it made sense to him. This was not the math that he'd learned, and this device with weird functions was actually a symbol of what he had dreamt for me and my siblings, to have the education and the tools that he never had. It might not always be obvious to us, but our educational journey is one that our parents, our grandparents, or our guardians experience with us. Anytime your parents stayed up late to help with homework, went shopping with you for that school supply list, co-signed your student loans, or even made the sacrifice to leave their home country in search of a better life for you, they contributed directly to your success, and there is much to thank them for. So to those in your village, they deserve a round of applause. This leads me to the second half of this lesson. It can be difficult to accept the help of others, especially when the world tries to convince us that we must do it all by ourselves. But the reality is that we are interdependent and that it is okay to accept help from others, especially when we are faced with great adversity. In 2009, my family and I moved to San Antonio, Texas, for a big job opportunity. And by the way, I want to recognize that my husband Jorge and my daughter Natalia are in the audience. Soon we met our neighbors and made new friends and acquaintances. Life was going well, until suddenly it wasn't. My son Nico became extremely ill and was diagnosed with a rare form of liver cancer at the age of 9. Our family quickly entered a new world of doctors, nurses, oncologists, surgeons, radiologists, therapists, and other specialists. We tried our best to navigate this on our own. Month after month, things got harder. We realized that there was no way that we could do it alone. Without help from family members that flew in from California, work colleagues, or neighborhood parents who took the kids to and from school, I don't think we would have been able to get through it. Many of you might have already endured tragedy or faced tremendous adversity. And in those dark moments, know that there will be people around you ready to help. As Mr. Rogers famously said, and I'm paraphrasing, in times of crisis, Look for the helpers, because deep down, people are good. Your village is your greatest resource. Be open to their empathy and their supportive assistance, and in turn, be prepared to be there for them. Lesson 2, find hope in times of darkness. The day you arrived to UC Merced as an ambitious freshman or transfer student, you probably were filled with anxiety and questions, a whiplash brought on by a global pandemic, shifting learning models from in-person to virtual and back again, climate change, wars, and geopolitical tensions, an ever-changing world that you showed up for and learned to navigate. You squabbled up, as Kendrick Lamar says, against all odds, and in doing so, you found hope. You captured the light, transforming you into who you are today, a graduate of the Big M. Without a doubt, you are leaving this magnificent university better prepared to take on the next challenge and to be the emerging leaders that the world needs, which leads me to my final lesson. Lesson 3, when new pathways open, embrace the discomfort. As a first-generation college graduate, I did not plan to become a champion for affordable housing or anti-poverty programs. In fact, I didn't even know that there was such a field. I've been able to succeed because of the education and the foundation that was built through the course of my educational journey, and through the people along the way who have believed in me and opened pathways to opportunity. Sometimes opportunity is won after an uphill climb. For me, it came through a phone call that changed the trajectory of my life. You see, in December of 2013, someone from the White House called to find out if I'd be interested in joining the Obama administration. As you might imagine, I thought it was a prank. But the voice was serious, and within a month, I found myself flying to Washington, D.C. for an interview, and eventually, President Barack Obama appointed me to a senior role at the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Thank you. Y aquí estamos. Frankly, I was nervous. I didn't think that I was ready. But I have now learned that if you work hard, people around you will see your work, your worth, and your impact. They will become your greatest advocates. At times, believing in you more than you believe in yourself. That pivotal role led to the next, where I was able to lead and take responsibility for the state of California's Business, Consumer Services, and Housing Agency under Governor Newsom, and now leading the second largest housing agency in the country as the president and CEO of the Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles. As you begin your next chapter, I hope that you will continue showing up against all odds, and remember, your village is your greatest resource. Find hope in times of darkness. And when new pathways open to you, embrace the discomfort. Congratulations, class of 2024. Muchas felicidades.
Thank you very much, Ms. Castro Ramirez, for those inspiring remarks. Thank you, Jorge and Natalia, for being here as well. At this time, let me now introduce you to your student speaker. Berdal Moshi is a computer science and engineering major, born in Israel, and her family moved to Pleasanton. At UC Merced, she worked as a peer math tutor for the STEM Center and served as an officer for the Society of Industrial and Applied Mathematics Club. She conducted undergraduate research in 2 different labs and was the team lead for electronics, electrical, and embedded system for the U.S. Department of Energy Battery Workforce Challenge Program. Wow. A comprehensive electric vehicle and battery workforce development program. She spent a summer as an intern at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory developing a machine learning model that processes data from electrocardiograms looking for ventricular arrhythmias to help physicians identify cardiovascular disease with more accuracy. Before transferring to UC Merced, she earned an associate degree in computer science, physics, and mathematics from Santa Barbara City College. Wonderful. Okay. And even more wonderfully, she was recently accepted into the UC Merced Mechanical Engineering Graduate Program. To work with Professor Ricardo Pinto de Castro beginning in January. Please welcome to the podium your student speaker, Berdal Moshi.
Thank you, Chancellor Munoz, and welcome, class of 2024. I want to begin by saying thank you to all the parents, loved ones, and supporters here today. Your presence means the world to us as we celebrate this momentous occasion together. This day is a recognition of our hard work, the struggles we've endured, and the moments when we flourished and excelled. Many of you have been our anchors, encouraging us to push forward when we felt down and celebrating alongside us for the triumphs. And for that, we thank you. I know many of you... Thank you. I know many of you traveled to Merced specifically for this ceremony. And you might have even had the same thought I did when I first arrived here. Are we sure that this is the right place? And let me assure you, yes, this is exactly the right place. Each one of us is in the right place and made the right choice. This university has welcomed thousands of students from diverse cultural, religious, and financial backgrounds, transforming us into a cohesive community of future engineers and scientists. UC Merced has prepared us to empower one another and lead as the next generation of problem solvers. I couldn't be prouder to be a part of this remarkable community and to have the privilege of knowing so many of you. During my time in Merced, I've come to love this campus. My most cherished memories are those of camaraderie I've witnessed, students lifting each other up, offering support, and celebrating one another's achievements. This spirit of solidarity is something I hope we carry with us for the rest of our lives. We've been fortunate to study at a university that not only values diversity, but actively teaches us to listen when others might not, to respect and encourage one another. This is what will set us apart. Yes, we've all heard how challenging the job market is, but we have something others don't. We have a secret power, each other. Look to your left and then to your right. You see someone with a completely different experience, someone with strengths that complement your weaknesses. Together, we are stronger. Lean on each other, grow together, and develop our networks laterally. If we rise together, we pull each other up. Today, this degree is more than just a piece of paper. It's a testament to the resilience, determination, and hard work that brought us here. It symbolizes every obstacle we've overcome and every lesson that we have learned. And no, I don't mean only academically. I mean things like how to live on our own, learning that we can't survive off of only Celsius and ramen, and how to use ChatGPT ethically, of course. Most importantly, we've learned how to struggle together and support each other when it matters most. So as we move forward, I encourage you to embrace the perspectives we've gained from one another. We may not always agree, but our differences don't weaken us. They make us stronger. Allow others to be strong when you need help, and when the opportunity arises, be strong in return. Congratulations, Bobcats, we made it!
Thank you very much, Beridol. Graduates, we're now at the moment that you've been waiting for, the conferral of your degrees. The degrees conferred by the University of California attest to the scholastic achievement and thus represent the fulfillment of the university's primary responsibility of teaching. Fine print, as a reminder, degrees will be officially awarded following certification by the Office of the Registrar that all requirements have been satisfied. It's now time for the conferral of the baccalaureate degrees. Today we will confer nearly 200 degrees, and the candidates will be recognized as they cross the stage. At this time, I would like to invite Chancellor Munoz and Dean Goel from the School of Engineering to the podium for the conferral of the baccalaureate degrees. Thank you for your patience as we recognize each of you.
Will the baccalaureate degree candidates from the School of Engineering please rise if you can? I think it got messed up. Yeah, thank you. Chancellor Munoz, I'm honored to present the baccalaureate degree candidates from the School of Engineering. These candidates are poised to push the boundaries of knowledge in their respective fields and tackle the engineering grand challenges of our times. They are, without question, destined to contribute to making our world a better place.
Thank you, Dean Goel. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon all of you your baccalaureate degree, with all of the insignia, the rights, the honors, the privileges, and the responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Bachelor's degree recipient, please take your seats and proceed to the stage as your row is invited to platform.
Now presenting the baccalaureate degree recipients for the School of Engineering. Beridal Moshe. Natalie Leslie Salinas. Diane Martinez Gomez. Diana Lourdes Condori. Gage Kenneth Bonderer. Ariana Lisette Quiros Alvarez. Harold Aranda Salas. Sergio Angulo Jacobo. Nevin Dekakorotu Jom. Justin Wen. Jason Shaw Shan Yuen. Malia Kylie Brazil. Iram Jasmine Martinez Rodriguez. Morgan Fung. Angeline Chaya Prasad. Ashley Gonzalez Perez.
Hans Aiden Acosta Gillian.
Saeed Caleb Olguin. Joseph Sammy Tadris. Sakai Singh. Kirath Pandal. Adi Sharma. Manjot Singh. Carolyn Tway. Paul Thomas Stratton.
Jacob Myong.
Elijah Lopez. Catherine Nicole Ng. Krishna Prakash Sharma. Ricardo Bueno. Ricardo Giovanni Barrera. Eduardo Armando Aguilar Jr. Alfredo Cervantes Agabo. Tanush Madala. Alberto Esteban Orihuela. Draven Daniel Nova. Nafal Takati Abdul Kader. Sri Vaikunt Krishna Kumar.
Maria Elizabeth Contreras.
Kavin Kaushal Rajasekaran. Shiv Neil Nirmal Singh. Alex Heriberto Hernandez Chamu. Christopher J. Cox. Jason Keith Holmes. Tom Tam Lee. Marco Antonio Nava. Eric Modesto Aban. Russell Alexander Mondi. Heriberto S. Jimenez. Jesus Acevedo. Juan José Martínez Aquino. Arcadio Mercado Jr. Daniel Carranza Gomez. Hassan M. Imran. Daniel E. Fraser. Jonathan Gonzalez. Abdi Rodriguez Vizaretea, David Gutierrez Ventura, Jasmine Elizabeth Claros, Eliana Nicole Moreno, Joshua David Guinness Golka, Daniel Omar Suriano Quiroa, Ricardo Cervantes, Mitchell Hoyhei Chan, Timothy Dean Burton, Jr., Brian V. Lopez, Harshul Satija, Rohan Makar, Andre Allen Asuncion Limos, Colton Maximino Kalin, Genesis Vasquez, Micah Erica Del Mundo Ikban, Zakaria Faris, Quan Win, Carlos Alexis Trimbell, Mark Joseph Garcia Araza,
Fernando Efrain Martinez.
Psalm Anthony Del Rosario Bautista, Angel Miguel Perez Mendoza, John Lohr, Raul Noguera Vire Jr., Brian Josue Resoleo, Daniel A. Ramirez, Tanner Patrick Jackson, Cheska Cinderella Sandoval Friend, Dovran Rejapov, Vansh Bharadwaj Venugopal, Jamie Gomez Jr., Simon Leo, Federico Moreno, Ana Carolina Sanchez Duran, Luis Enrique Zaragoza, Egosa Hilary Isibor, Simone Aurora Puamana Romero, Megan Christine Phillips, Julian Crespo, Xavier William Wally, Chanel Lal, Haley Lizette Romero, Madeline Nicole Reiterman, Eric Andy Ferguson, Daniela Pineda Villanueva Corpus, Favor Somtochukwu Naji, Kenneth Franklin Gampol, Elias Moreno Lechuga, Darian Cervantes Campos, Jonathan Curiel, Anthony Trey Jones, Rudy Arteaga Castillo, Alexander Perez, Christopher Granados Rodriguez, Mark Anthony Reyes, Efren Isaín Lizarraga, Eric Artemio Gramajo. This concludes the presentation of baccalaureate degree recipients for the School of Engineering.
That was off. You got it?
Okay. At this time, I would like to invite Chancellor Munoz and Interim Dean Michael Finlauder from the School of Natural Sciences to participate in the conferral of baccalaureate degrees.
Will the baccalaureate degree candidates from the School of Natural Sciences please rise? Chancellor Munoz, I am honored to present the baccalaureate degree candidates from the School of Natural Sciences. We honor their dedication to discovery and their pursuit of knowledge. As they embark on the next chapter of their journey, we eagerly anticipate the transformative impact they will undoubtedly make in shaping our world for the better.
Thank you, Dean Finler. Students, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I now confer upon you your baccalaureate degrees with all the insignia, the rights, the honors, the privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Bachelor's degree recipients, please take your seats and proceed to the stage as your row is invited to the platform.
Now presenting the baccalaureate degree recipients for the School of Natural Sciences.
Yamila Silva Medina.
Jose Raul Granados. Jesus Prado Jr. Kimberly Villegas. Stephanie Peña. Adeline Evangelina Wagner. Gabriela Parroqua. Ali Cortez Chavoya. Luis Angel Rojas. Baldemar Motomochi. Eveline Jacel Guardado Baron.
Saida Sakina Abbas Abadi.
Daniela Sanchez Diaz. Rochelle Natalie Rojas Coca. Iman Maya Ellis Winfrey. Ines Maria Madrid. Rebecca Serrato. Michelle Esparza. Jenny Alvarez. Nuang Chang. Achuthan Sivathasen. Gabriel Tejeda. Andres Aguilar. Nathan Owen Ballestamon Macalino. Antonio Luis Ayala. Andres Levan Vargas. Gerald John Acosta. Benedict Eli R. Mugar. Aileen Gonzalez Velasquez. Jaylene Escobedo. Arusha Aslam. Harkiran Kaur Saran. Alana Tan Chakra. Daisy Liu. Isabel June Jones. Tiffany Bao. Kyla Baldoza Nagrampa. Candice Aquila Finks. Jackie Tang Wang. Torrance Bui. Ivan J.P. Kwong. Aaron Taylor Filipich. Ju Wan Lee. Advik Sunil. Alvi A. Ramirez Gamboa. Victoria Isabel Topete. Everardo Gonzalez. Marlene Acosta. Emma Olivia Bartle. Maria Jocelyn Fuentes Grajales. Melanie Gizar Ibarra. Navneet Kaur. Destiny Lay Kamanao Ramilo. Marcus Nicholas Marsh.
Justin Patiatiwong Liu.
Hong Vang. Jasmine Kaur Mudar. Marissa Esther Lopez. Juan Daniel Montelongo. Omar Arthur Safi. Cha Yang Xiang. Ernesto Mendoza. Rachel M. Malgarejo. Thomas E. Ohala. Alondra Idette Cruz. Areli Zamora Mendez, Kushkirat Kaur, Lena An-Lin Tran,
Kursum Aslam,
Juan Castellanos, Danish Raja Salim, Ivan Vega,
Fernando Arredondo,
Selena Lopez Ortiz, This concludes the presentation of baccalaureate degree recipients for the School of Natural Sciences.
Okay. Wonderful. Again, congratulations, graduates. Let me just ask you perhaps to stand up for just a second while we move the tassels. Okay? The tassel on your motorboard rests on the right, symbolizing your candidacy for the baccalaureate degree. Please transfer it now to the left, signifying your transition from candidate to graduate. Please now take your seats. Thank you. Now that you are all alumnus of UC Merced, I'd like to call to the podium Miguel Lopez. Miguel is a member of the class of 2012 and serves as the UC Merced Alumni Association President. Please welcome to the podium Miguel Lopez as he proudly welcomes you to the UC Merced Alumni Association. Miguel.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to be here today as we celebrate your journey from students to alumni. You're joining a Bobcat alumni network that is now over 20,000 alumni strong, and a university community, or University of California community of more than 2.6 million graduates living and working around the world. So with pride, I now present our alma mater. Welcome to the UC Merced Alumni Association.
In the soil a dream was planted, in the rich earth just a seed. The ground was tilled so tenderly to cultivate the best in me, and the seed grew to a garden. As far as I can see, she welcomed me with open arms. They gave life to my dreams. Her lantern's light shines so bright for the world to see.
Thank you again for joining us as we mark this momentous and joyous occasion in the lives of these brilliant young future leaders. Thank you again for joining us. Once more, on behalf of the UC Regents, our magnificent faculty, Our incredible staff, congratulations to all of you. So now, UC Merced graduates, as you make your way from this ceremony, let your hard-won knowledge and fond memories of UC Merced guide you in all of your life's pursuits. While you graduate today, remember that you are always welcome back at UC Merced. You are always welcome back, and your families are always welcome back at UC Merced. I hope you always remember that you are now forever a part of UC Merced, and that UC Merced is now forever a part of you. We ask that our guests remain in their seats while the Grand Marshal official party, faculty, and graduates leave the venue. Una vez más, muchas felicidades. Once again, congratulations. Go big, go Cats!